welcome to another Confessions at Room 3428. This is Josh, and it might be Saturday. I should be posting this on Saturday. It's actually Thursday at 2:46 a.m. I'm being proactive this week. I'll try to do this with my transcribing too. I've been late a lot lately. Let's get down to it. I have notes. I took some notes. So the first thing was the favorite quote slash, which I'm going to turn to slash favorite scene. My absolute favorite scene in the entire book series is the Ministry battle, I have to say. Especially when Dumbledore comes in pones and Neville's like, Dumbledore! What? Dumbledore! What I hear Neville saying in my head is funny. And none of that made it into the film, and I'm actually quite sad that Dumbledore didn't get to come and pone in the film. Then, the whole series in Deathly Hallows, I don't have my dust jacket, I don't know where it went. American Edition, Deathly Hallows, Chapter 34, The Forest Again, after he's opened the snitch and turned the ring, and he's talking to the ghosts of his loved ones. A chilly breeze that seemed to emanate from the heart of the forest lifted the hair on Harry's brow. He knew that they would not tell him to go, that it would have to be his decision. "You'll stay with me?" "Until the very end," said James. "They won't be able to see you?" asked Harry. "We are a part of you," said Sirius, "invisible to anyone else." Harry looked at his mother. "Stay close to me," he said quietly. Ugh, love that. That in and of itself is like a big philosophy of life for me. It's like people never leave you. I have a really big fear of like goodbyes, because I've had a lot of people in my life. People come in and out of my life, specifically out of my life, rather suddenly. But in my limited life experience, I've learned that they don't ever really leave you, and that if it meant something, that they do leave an imprint on you. Okay, so favorite book series other than Harry Potter. I haven't actually read a lot of books that I probably should have. I've never read the Narnia series, tried to as a kid, couldn't get into it. Never read any of the Austins, or the Brontes. Haven't read any of the Brontes. So yeah, Twilight. I liked it. It was entertaining. I got through it real quick. Kim and I were going to try to book club it, but it didn't work out because she blazed through it. I could not. It's very well crafted and the characterization's very nice. But for the life of me, I just wanted Bella to shut up in book 2. You can hate me if you want for this. Yes, I've been in love, and yes, that person is no longer in my life, at all, really. And yes, it left a hole in my core and blah, 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 blah. But she was almost as bad as emo Harry, and all caps Harry, I have to say. With the, it felt like the hole was widening again. I was just like, wah, wah, wah. Like, and that was me going, here, can you say wah, wah, wah? Turning the pages. Again, really well crafted, really good books, but I had issues. And again, you're gonna hate me for saying this. It's because I was never a 12-year-old girl. That's why. So, other book series that I like. I've got them lined up on my headboard behind me. These are the only 4 that I could find. I've got the rest of them in boxes somewhere. Timur Pierce's Song of the Lannis Quartet. She's going to be at Terminus, and I could not be more excited. Well-worn copy. These books went to Europe with me when I was 14. These copies are 10 years old. I had to do a book report in 6th grade, and I found the first book of the Immortal series, which is actually the sequel to the Song of the Lannis series, and read it and loved it. And then I was like, well, I want to go back and read the other one. Now these I can identify with, even though I never was a 12-year-old girl, because I just effing loved them. So both of these, I actually haven't read any of her other series except for the Song of the Lannis Quartet and the Immortals. So these books really got me into fantasy. As far as my Harry Potter replacements, and we all had them. We all had the books that we were trying to blaze through and trying to use to fill the holes between Harry Potter books. I found in Barnes & Noble one day before going to New Zealand, because I wanted something to read. Jasper Fforde, The Eyre Affair, or Eyre Affair. someone compared it to Harry Potter. And it's a literary detective, which is, it's sort of like MI5, but for books. And she ends up getting sucked into the book world, and this big nebulous thing, and authors don't really write books, the books create themselves and give them to the authors. It's great. It's awesome. It's sci-fi, but it's contemporary. It's actually set in the 80s, with a lot of presuppositions like time travel is possible, air blimps and shit. Cloning. They perfected cloning, and like you could clone a pet dodo. They cloned herds of woolly mammoths that just instantly went back to their migratory patterns, and like eating people's begonias and shit. It's funny. And they're really well crafted. There's 5 of them currently. There's The Air Affair, Something Rotten. Wait, I'm going backwards. The Air Affair, Lost in a Good Book, 12 Lost Plots, Something Rotten, and the newest one, First Among Sequels. Now, he used Jasper Fforde, I think he's Welsh, F-F-O-R-D-E, Jasper Fforde. He used these books because the main character does end up in the quote-unquote book world to launch the first series that he wrote. The second one he got published. They're called the Nursery Crime series, Jack Sprat Investigates. This one's about the murder of Humpty Dumpty. And this one's about Goldilocks and the 3 bears, except there's a 4th bear. And the gingerbread man, who is a homicidal killer. And the Jasper Fforde series. I just lost the page! Ugh. Here we go. Okay, so, one of the things about these books that are really intelligent that I'm going to show up to you right now. So, Ashley, who is mentioned, is an alien. And can read airwaves and phone waves. Mary is Mary. And she's a detective. And then Jack Sprat, who's the lead detective. And they're all talking here. So, I'll try to do voices.
The office has been bugged. When I got here, I could hear the buzz of the encoded binary radio transmission.
Tell me you're not still in the office.
No, I'm on the roof space behind the 3rd floor toilets, reading the phone traffic as it leaves the exchange. It made me a bit tipsy. Do you know that Pippa has a bun in the oven?
You're kidding.
No, she was talking to her mother all about it. And what's more, continued Ashley, the father is Peck. You know, in uniform with pock-marked face and the twin over in Palmer Park. What's going on? Asked Mary.
Pippa's pregnant by Peck.
Pippa Piper picked Peck over Pickle or Pepper?
Exclaimed Mary incredulously.
Which of the Peck pair did Pippa Piper pick?
Peter Pockmarked Peck of Palmer Park. He was the Peck that Pippa Piper picked.
No, returned Mary. You've got it all wrong. Paul Peck is the Palmer Park Peck. Peter Peck is the pockmarked Peck from Pembroke Park. Pillocks, I placed a pound on Pippa Piper picking P.C. Percy Proctor from Popkington.
There was a pause. Seems a very laborious setup for a pretty lame joke, doesn't it? Mused Jack.
Yes, agreed Mary, shaking her head sadly. I really don't know how he gets away with it.
Awesome. Hilarious. So, the voices actually helped me read that much better because I tried doing it before without the voices and it didn't work. The voices confused you, whatever. I'm really a fan of Gregory Maguire's work. Some people think they're really dark and that Wicked the Musical's better, but I really like those books just because, again, the craftsmanship is great. And I think it goes without saying, I'm sorry, my IM's on, and I know this is really long, but I do have the tattoo, so you must assume that the Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events books are there. I've got most of them set up. My first 3 I've lent out. Because the craftsmanship of the narrative, it's so unique. And that's why I like them. I'm not like, oh my god, it's compelling storytelling, because really, it's very simple. You can blaze through these books, and I think that's part of why I like about it. It's very, very, very adult material, simplified in a very intelligent way. These books are very dark. And any child, I've given them to my niece in the hopes that she'll actually pick up reading them and liking them. I really like them. And again, the narrative is just so overwhelmingly huge. And there's actually so much more going on than what is in the context of the 13 books. So, I was going to do a challenge this week. And now I can't remember what I wanted to do. So pause. I'm going to pause this because I can edit it together later while I think about that. Maybe I'll put in some music too and there'll be a little interlude, okay? Pause.